That's left off here on the back road outside Jesus Camp. Santavi, they give him an overcoat because he's now naked because Voodoo took his clothes. I guess that's how that works. And we got the hard drives and all that shit, and Bisbee Sharp's all mad. He's coming back because the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms rolled in about 15 minutes ago, claiming jurisdiction. He pushed back on that, but he got a call from higher up that he's supposed to basically, Colonel, you pass by at Heron, West Virginia. There's a closed down mine that had a toxic spill a long time ago. And recently there was some catastrophic earthquake at the mine. So the military has shown up and put the perimeter around the Pondsville mine and the old mining town that was outside of it. But that colonel is the one that squashes Bisbee Sharp and says alcohol, tobacco, and firearms has this. There was a bunch of weapons there, a bunch of drugs, which he thinks is the BAM, and he walked out with some of that in his pocket. Metal is a known smuggler in Capital City, so why don't she go and look to move BAM, and then we'll find out who's supplying it.
This is something we could look into, except you're in the opposite. Oh, excuse me. Do they what? Call me on the phone? Because I think we all have phone numbers at this point.
Yeah, he can call you.
I definitely never want to meet the guys from the FBEE.
Okay, so you're on speakerphone. It's a bit windy, unless you want to land, I guess, in someone's backyard.
Stop somewhere and talk to them and all that. I don't see how it's my business to stop your problem. As a matter of fact, it's kind of my business to go the other direction. If people are buying and selling things, this is none of my concern. I'm a big fan of that. It's only people killing each other that are my problem.
What friends do you have out there now, Metal? Who's got your back? No one but us.
Boy, you're really bad at this, and I hang up on it. Oh, I took the Russian mobster guy with me who wasn't quite dead at the end of last game. Okay.
Malenko is not dead. He's in need of hospitalization.
Yep.
He looks pretty rough.
There are things I want to do with him, including take care of him when we get out of the management tactical part of this.
Bisbee Sharp says, well, Bug, Red Runner, you can let Metal know that is wanted now, hits the wanted list. Do you guys want to be our friends?
Well, I'm pretty insulted. You said no one had Metal's back. Well, we're standing right here. That seems cold, if nothing else.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I'm talking about the criminal underworld. They hate you guys now. They hate you. Contracts are probably already drawn up.
Well, when they're coming to kill me, it makes them easier to stop.
Right.
Also, they're not trying to kill somebody else, which is a plus.
I mean, they're trying to kill me.
You down with that, Red Runner?
I mean, to be honest with you, I've never had anyone out to get me like that, except for maybe the boogeyman when I was 18.
Yeah, well, now you've graduated to organized crime. You're on their to-do list.
Well, that's a big step up. Congratulations. I shake him,
So, the other friends seem to be knuckleheads, but I recommend you come back with us to FBE headquarters.
Yeah, well,
I will look Bug, and I will, not Bug, I'll look at Red, and I will get a serious look on my face and just make eye contact with him. I'm like, dude, it's a perfectly legitimate move. Metal and I are going to be working on the fringes. We're going to have people on both sides trying to kill us, and that's the life we signed up for. You're just a kid, man. If you want to go with this douchebag, go ahead. It's not a bad career move.
Agent comes up to Bisbee Sharp. He's like, you got to take this. You got to take this important call. And he listens and he listens and he listens and he puts it down. He goes, well,
when he does that, I will turn on my super hearing so I can listen into his phone call.
The jury, who they couldn't get an ID on because he was the eternal flame, and the eternal flame kept on burning. So, but just about a half hour ago, the flames went out.
Because Wotan.
Yeah, and so they got an ID on the guy, serial arsonist that was burning shit down in Capital City 6 years ago, was put away for life. That's all the details they got now. But he was moved around in prison. They got to do some more digging. He's in. Yeah, he's like, you got to protect me, man. You got to protect me. So he's looking for protection, and Bisbee Sharp is saying if he's got anything good, we'll maybe cut him a deal, of course, but he's got to get us to where we want to go.
See, that's even that disgusts me more than anything, because at least Wotan had the conviction of his actions.
Yeah,
he would have gone down swinging. The moment Jury lost fucking power, he was a wuss. Oh my god.
Well, no, he's claiming he's not saying anything. Just Bisbee's trying to spitball on how they're going to get something out of him.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't. Yeah, they don't know, but yeah, he wants an attorney.
Well, I'm fully for that. I'm just saying that Wotan's a scumbag Nazi, but he believes in his cause. I gotta respect that.
I send a text to Red Rider and suggest that he offer evidence against these really violent guys that we can make available to him to make his best deal with the feds. Well, send it to Red Rider.
Oh, yeah, but there's no Red Rider. We only Red Runner.
Red Runner.
I will take my overly possessive arm off of Red and said, yeah, you go with this guy, your life will be easier. No argument there. But if you want to side with us, you know where to find us.
I look at my phone.
What was your bandmate's name? Paul?
Yeah.
Paul's calling.
Oh. Hold on, I gotta take this. And I'll just zip 20 feet away.
He says you owe him $40 for the flyers that he had to put up to try to get a decent crowd.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I'm good for that. You know what? I'll pay you $50.
Paul's excited. You making practice tonight?
What time did we say that was again?
7
o'clock. 2 hours. 3 hours.
Yeah, I can be there.
Okay. He gets off the phone. You owe him $50. At least you said you're going to pay him.
I'll figure something out. I'll zip back over. Hold that thought. I don't know about working with the government yet. I need to draw this one out, make a pros and cons table. But I'll be back.
On one side, Bisbee goes, on one side you have organized crime, and on the other side there's you.
Well, are you saying organized crime doesn't want to kill you? Because then, quite frankly, you ain't doing your job right if they don't at least want you dead.
Yeah, but going and knocking off directors. Well, in this town, it looks like they've already knocked off one.
So...
I've been doing this a long time.
No, Brisby, in fairness, you seem to run a good ship here. You made the right plays. You were willing to work with us when, that was an iffy proposition. Admittedly, it worked out for you, so yay you.
I want to find what happened to the previous director. If you guys know anything about that, that would be super helpful.
Oh, keep my ear out. I don't think we know, but we have sources we can check.
I'm assuming
we destroyed the gun running gang there. What were they? The Patriots? What were the white supremacists there from the opening?
Civil Guard.
The Civil Guard. We devastated the Civil Guard.
Oh yeah. He's happy to get the for all intents and purposes. Civil Guard is gone. Rico is not available. Unlike all the other. Or I shouldn't say all the other, like Lieutenant Santavi that had voodoo stuck inside him. He was free of it. Jury is free of whatever was possessing him. But Rico Wotan, that disappeared through the circle. So I guess you tell him that Rico's disappeared or no?
Yeah.
We even had films of it.
I want to find where the drugs are coming and then, boom, FBE and the East Coast, FBEE and Capital City is your friends. We get gold stars. We get funding. Maybe
which is great.
Shitty office
because apparently you have a real police corruption problem.
Yeah, that's concerning. That's very concerning. Do you have any leads on that?
they shoot at me more often than I think that they should, but quite frankly, a lot of people shoot at me more often than I think they should.
Well, they'll probably all be scrambling for control at this point. Now
Oh,
that the civil
in
guards are.
honesty, I expect them to
And that's why I wanted Metal to go and offer to move some fucking drugs. He kicks a can.
Well, quite frankly, if your organization needs a smuggler, a homeless man, and a kid to do your work,
You guys are enhanced.
you might want to re-examine your organization. I'm saying.
Oh, you're just brutal
Yeah,
today.
your costume sucks. I can't use this in marketing at all.
I have no budget. What do you want from me?
I thought mine was cool.
Well, I didn't say anything yet, Fred Runner. Yours is cool. Yours is cool.
Oh.
I mean, for something you pull out of the thrift store. And Bug, what do you want? We can hook you up. We've got stuff, man.
I have a mask. I'm happy.
Can I say you guys are the new face of the FBE in Capital City? My agents, I don't know where they are. Super Frog and Knockout went dark.
Let's get
Metal,
back
take
to
the,
you.
Take the media job. Excuse me. Red Runner, take the media job.
I will take a media job.
Let's get back to you on that, because I'm not saying you're wrong that people knowing that you have people that you can call will likely help stabilize the city. And the truth of the matter is, if shit goes down and you call us, there's a good likelihood we'll show up, because we don't want people dying in the streets either.
So,
Are you doing the last scene from the Avengers? Is that what you just did?
I don't know. Say kind of a say something, see something, say something. The populace of Capital City may be more willing when they know that we've got enhanced entity firepower.
In fairness, if we're going that route, Red here is going to have to be our poster boy.
Because he's the only one in costume, for one. Looks like,
I have a mask!
It's not a bad mask. It's not a bad mask. It's a good mask. But yeah. You'll fit the part just fine. We'll do a press conference as soon as we can back in Capital City.
I'll look over at Red. As long as you're aboard, man, just don't let them bully you into something you don't want to do.
I'm not gonna lie. A second ago, I ran over to go use the bathroom. I don't know if you blinked and noticed that, but look, that's cool with me.
Okay, it's
I owe this guy $50, so yeah, if we could get paid up front or something, that'd be nice.
we're a federal agency. We'll need your social security number. Just kidding, Red Runner. Santavi, you better have something good for us, or you're gonna be in prison for a long, long time. I don't know anything, man. They just told me when and what, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and they load up press conference at 1.
Hey, wait, before you guys leave, I have a request. And I'm going to pull out the IDs of the people that I pocketed from the last fight.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to say, I don't know if these guys were intentionally part of what they were a part of or not, but I'd appreciate it if you guys found out if they had families or something. And,
we'll go arrest them. Thanks, Red.
Well, that's not what I meant at all.
Well, we'll do that, of course. Live suspects are better than dead suspects.
Okay, I just run away with the IDs.
We're not real cooperative with the government, are we?
When most of my partners have disappeared on me, I kind of look around. I guess.
Do you need a ride?
Guess it's my turn to leave. I wave and then Superman out.
How much time until that press conference?
You were there at the crack of May sunshine. It's 9 o'clock. It's going to be 4 hours, 5 hours. Metal, you get a call from when it's ringing. The ID says Ultra Rosa.
Deliveries.
The voice on the other end, it's scrambled, says that your friend Shamrock Bane is probably in some serious shit. I have some of it on tape if you want to hear it, and gives an address.
Yes, we do. I have some things I need to do right now, but within the hour I can be there. I text Bug that Shamrock is in trouble, and this may possibly be a trap, and this is the location we can find out.
I super speed that way, or as fast as I can go.
So I go to the Russian club, and I land at the front door politely, and I'm bringing in the was it Marchenko, who's pretty badly beat up, and I walk in the door and set him down nicely. I'm not throwing bodies this time.
Are we going to go with Marchenko or Malenko?
Is it Malenko?
Malenko. We'll stick with that.
Yep. Sorry, I just thought Marchenko was cool sounding. And I say to whoever the poor person at the front door is, you should probably call an ambulance, or I could call one if you like. Can I talk to whoever's in charge, please?
A guy comes walking over. He pulls out a pistol and blows Malenko's head off and says, "I'm in charge."
I do this thing. Oh, no beard.
Because you're a...
Yeah. I'm a lot more charming than intimidating, which is kind of a bummer for this scene. But
this guy just made a career move.
Gonna have to do this persuasive, but I'm going to do a persuasive thing and says, well, that changes the show I had planned. I've kind of got a way to get you rich, stop the violence in this town, and actually make you look like a media hero. Or you could just blast someone else I was planning to take care of, and I'm going to find the next guy behind you. What do you think?
I think we should play a game of chess while I think about this.
There is not a great deal of time, and I understand that this man has just fallen from power. But if you want the routes to your chemicals, whatever chemicals those happen to be, the FBE off your back, the residue of that ugly gunrunner gang that I told you in advance were only going to cause you problems, and oh, by the way, look awesome in the media, you don't have time for chess.
Always time for chess. Always time for chess. I'm very good. This won't last long.
Okay, give me 1 minute. And I call Red Runner and say, listen, Red, I've got too many things to do and too much time to do it in. I'm sorry, I'm assuming you pick up the phone.
Yeah. You kind of, what's going on?
I need you to take the latest cameras from that fight over to the TV station where Shamrock works. And I want you to make a statement that you work with us and that we appreciate the assistance of the FBEE in removing the violent criminals from Capital City. And provide them with the footage. You should ask him for money. And if he doesn't give you at least $3,000, tell him I'm going to remember that. I just can't be everywhere I need to be right now.
All right. And post it up?
And physically give them the camera. Or, give them the footage if you want, however works best for you.
Okay. All right, I'll go off the phone and proceed to do that.
I then call Bug and say, look, I'm in negotiation with some Russian businessmen, and I'm going to need your advice before we're done here, but I have to do some things very fast. You're not the kind of person who would ever set a church on fire. So you're going to need to make some of the right and wrong decisions here at the end of the day, because in the end, I would have set the church on fire. Do we understand?
Yes.
If you can take care of the thing with Shamrock quickly, I have a chess game I just can't get out of. I'll explain it when we can. Just take care of Shamrock.
Yes.
Excellent. And I'm put down the phone and say, well, let's play a game of chess.
Okay, so what's your intelligence?
It is 6.
Okay, with his chess bonuses, he is at a 6 as well.
Okay.
So you can roll. You need to get 11 or better to beat him.
I have rolled my first double ones of the game. I play the worst game of chess in history.
He laughs at you. Your game of chess is horrible, woman.
Yeah. You are correct.
By the
my
way,
game of chess
we always
is
play
horrible.
for $100, so you owe me $100.
I pay him.
And what was your offer? He says. Why don't I have my men kill you now?
My offer was to do something that makes both of us some money, secure the supply line of whatever chemicals it is you want. You look great in the media. We take the violent thugs off the streets. We take the violent thugs off the streets. The FBE loses interest.
How do I look good in the media? I want to sell BAM.
And I want you to make whatever profits that you make for things buying and selling. But if you look like a hero, the cops don't come down on you. The politicians don't come down on you. And we make a lot of money.
How do I look like a hero?
So one thought before I explain this to you. If you somehow manage to shoot me in the head, and you know the number of civil guard I have destroyed without literally chipping a nail, if you managed by some miracle to shoot me, you would have to look at every ant and mosquito for the rest of your life because they'd be trying to take you to Leavenworth.
He goes, I'll not shoot you today.
Good. We understand each other. That's your map.
Mm-hmm.
And the red area is the red area that got burned down originally, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, those were the 3 arsons.
Right, but the one here in Moscow West is the one I kind of want to point him at.
He's hoping that he'll be able to get in the juicy redevelopment deals in the gentrification of that neighborhood.
So if we can make that happen, and I think we can.
Right on La Mestre Park.
It is beautiful. I live near the park myself. It's a gorgeous area. I want redevelopment of that area. I want it to be your beautiful condos. And I want you to have the distribution of all of the BAM in this city, and everybody else buys from you.
Mm-hmm.
I want there to be, in this lower red block, you to build a homeless shelter. And I want it to be a nice one. And I want the Rainbow's Ends girls to be there, and nobody bothers them. You put this building together, you call them off limits, and they're nice people and they do nice things, and you get your name on the building and how much the Russians love the homeless people of the city and they really want to save them.
A lot of money and girls. A lot of money and girls.
Not that kind of operation. This is your media effort. This is where you look like you're a nice guy because you're saving the homeless people. Anybody wants to buy or sell something, this is your business. I stay out of that.
He spits on the floor. I'll build you your homeless shelter, but that's it.
And I get you the contract. All the BAM in this town comes through you.
Yes.
The other gangs buy their BAM through you.
Yeah.
And you look good. But I'm afraid I need one other thing. That there is a beat-up old piece of crap building that is unoccupied. So we decided the name of this new Russian thug that just thumped me at chess.
Endgame.
His name is Endgame? Nice.
Calls himself Endgame.
And I said, here is what I offer and here is what I ask. If you have supply chain problems getting things back and forth into the city that do not involve running guns, I will help you with these supply chain problems. You know what I can do. And what I ask for this, on top of the fact that you get to move all the BAM in the city, is this building and anybody that enters it is utterly off limits. If someone makes it into this building, the gangs don't touch them, the cops don't touch them, no one but the man named Bug uses force there. Because if anybody in this building gets touched, the whole deal is off and your problem with the Nubian gangs gets worse. But this way, everybody's a hero.
You take care of the Nubians.
I'll take care of the Nubians. They're your new
love
friends.
the BAM. They love the BAM. They'll fuck.
Yeah, they're your new friends.
Friends. We don't need no friends.
Oh, and I'm a real convincing lady. And I'm convincing him that if everybody in the city isn't fighting, we all make more profit. And really, aren't we really just here to make a profit? You look good, you walk down the street, the cops don't bother you, you get a couple of pictures with the Nubians on the cover of the local newspaper, and everybody buys and sells whatever they want to buy and sell.
Sounds good. The Civil Guard had a connection with the cops to get the BAM.
Tell me who that is, and I'll get that connection for you.
Andrew Lau, Capital City Police Department, top cop south of the river. South Capital City is his responsibility. Yeah, he would let us know when the Civil Guard was coming in, and he'd make sure that the Civil Guard got to us or wherever they're going to unload it.
I will start doing all the things I have offered. will you start doing all of the things that you have offered?
Yeah, he's going to get in touch with Andrew Lau and tell him that the Civil Guard's out, they're in, and start shipping him some bam.
Okay. I want to fly up to somewhere else, but I don't want to hoard all the camera time if you want to cut away to one of the other scenes.
Daily news is more deaths are being attributed to BAM, whether it's people jumping off in buildings or having a drug overdose or trying to stop cars.
Ugh,
They've seen
horrible.
it on TV. Or robbing banks and saying they're bulletproof.
See, BAM seems to me like pretty much a self-solving problem.
All right, so I want to run up and see the Nubians if you want to cut away to one of the other guys. I also have to eventually talk to Bug, who has to make all the hard moral choices at the end.
Red Runner and Bug, what are you guys up to? And when you get to town?
Well, I would have recorded and sent that video. Besides that, I would be waiting for practice tonight and try my best to not skip out. Oh, and also I guess I'll, get $50 out of the bank account, give it to Paul.
Ask him for money?
No. No, not yet. I'm still in my band, so I'm still making a little bit of money.
Okay, so you turn it
So far from what we heard from your band, most of your stuff is outgo, not income.
Well, yeah, you might be right. Red Runner's just being mundane at the moment to kind of. He wants to take the rest of the day to be a stress reliever for what he went through, especially given the fact that he may or may not have killed people, which he's hopefully never done before, to his knowledge at least.
Did Rosa supply us where Shamrock was, that she was in trouble, but any kind of location to head to?
Yes.
I'm beelining it there, like a rocket.
Beelining it, really?
I didn't even think of that until you pointed it out. In fairness, I'm more dragonfly lining it there because dragonflies are fucking fast.
South of North Elmview is Elmview. It's an address. It's a 2-story empty commercial warehouse. It's 2 APs wide by 3 APs long. Boarded up windows on the first level, except for an elevator. I mean, not an elevator, a garage bay door that opens onto the street. It's got fencing in back, and there's a door in the front and a door in the back. And then there's the second level where there's windows, shades pulled.
I will do some recon here. I will land on the ceiling, not the ceiling, the roof. Pump up my senses so I can try to find everybody, or try to find where specifically Shamrock is, and start sending my bug friends to help narrow that down.
So your bug friends head on into the building?
My bug friends head on to the building, but I am using super senses like hearing type stuff to narrow that search.
Okay.
Here's an interesting option for you. The game calls it sonar, but it's really the radar sense of insects.
Right. Which I could do, but I can't do from outside.
Oh, right.
The moment I enter that building, all hell will break loose just because I'm a stranger. So I want to make it surgical rather than my usual just wave my big dick around and...
No one wants to see that.
It
No one
worked
wants to
super
see
well
that.
for me in the past, but it's not the solution to every problem.
There's no one in the building that you can tell, Bug.
I will enter. I am doing, for expedience, I am currently in my Murder Hornet persona, which basically doesn't give me as much armor, but does keep me in flight. So I can still move around pretty quickly. I just don't have the awesome invulnerability that I have when I'm a rhino beetle. but I am looking for passageways to the sewers or something like that. Basically, I am investigating.
On the first floor, there's no avenue into the sewers. It's pretty empty, except for, I guess, some debris. Second floor, it's an open space, but in the middle of it is a big cork board with, like in a police investigation. There'll be the circle. At the top is the question mark with the circle. Whatever was down below it is not there, but there's a lot of pins, but it looks like they were ripped away. There is blood on the floor. And then there's a phone that actually goes on with video and sound. And it's Russians. Russians come in, start talking to Shamrock Bane and her cameraman. The cameraman says, wait just a minute. They shoot him. They put a bag over Shamrock Bane's head, tie her up. They pull out and they grab all the written material and the pictures and leave.
I will, of course, carefully pocket the phone.
And now it rings.
I will pick up the phone. Bug speaking.
Distorted voice. I had the place mic'd and bugged, hoping that she would...
Now it's twice bugged.
Unfortunately, I wasn't around when this went down. She's thinking that maybe some of the Russians... It looks like some of the Russians may know who is dealing in the police department. And she was going to follow that up when the Russians showed up and stopped her investigation. They took the dead cameraman's body too.
Ah, crap! I liked him. He was a good guy.
Mm-hmm. He was a good guy.
This, as they say, changes things.
See, now you got my moral answer.
Sorry, we're here to stop the violence. That's not about stopping the violence.
I thank her for keeping an eye out. And lament with her, we both let her down in this case. They made a really big mistake.
So Shamrock is still kidnapped? Is that where we're at?
Shamrock's kidnapped, but the mistake they made is they killed the cameraman but took the body and they left the blood. You know the amount of insects that can track fucking blood?
I come up with ticks.
There's ticks, mosquitoes, admittedly... blood or just tracking ability is what I'm shooting for, so I can find other bugs that with a heightened sense of smell. But my point is that they left me a trail I can likely follow.
Ultra Rosa, with the voice changer scrambler, says that she's going to be camping out in Moscow West. She'll be looking to get some of this criminal behavior on tape, match it up. Who sent the goons? As far as she knows, a Malenko is King Bee down in Moscow West. She's planning on taking out Malenko, and hopefully your reporter friend is still alive. But
I kind of wish you'd stop killing people. But can I reach you at this number?
Yes, you can.
All right. I will get all mosquito-y up in this place, which is going to functionally be flight with tracking parentheses blood and parentheses. And then I will sniff up the blood, and then I will call metal and functionally repeat everything I have just transpired. I can track this blood, and I'm going to start doing that now. That being said, my tracking form is going to be weaker than you're used to seeing me. So if you don't hear from me every 15 minutes, something has gone horribly wrong.
Get Jimmy Olsen, especially if you're not at full power. Get the kid, because this is your all on the moral right side. Malenko didn't survive the negotiations. I did try to save him. I just couldn't do it. I did try to save him.
Did you want to take credit for his death?
Credit in what way?
Well, it seems our sniper friend wants to kill Malenko. If I can say that you already did it, that might be potentially favor with her.
I'm trying to put a bow on it, and I think I have a way to stop the gang violence. Malenko was killed, and I'm trying really hard to stop all the murders right now. That was one more that I could stop. If you can use that as a card, I trust your judgment, right? Just I think I have an agreement with the current Russians. Do you have pictures of who our bad actors are?
No, do I?
It was film and sound. Multirosa.
Yeah. So I will send you pictures of the people that.
Is this before or after I've left the Russian club?
This is after.
Nuts.
This is after.
All right.
So right now they're just goons, and whose goons there are, it wouldn't take long, I guess, to figure that out. You just have to go to different goon squad locations.
So, Bug, here's the thing. I'm trying to form an agreement with a guy named Endgame who seems to have Malenko's old spot. I think I have an agreement that's going to get us a new homeless shelter built and stop the street violence. And I don't know who the goons are that took out Shamrock. But if they're kidnapping and murdering people, they're all going to Leavenworth. I don't know if we can do this and keep the deal intact. I just plain don't know. But murders and kidnaps, we can't have this.
I completely agree.
I have one more thing to do in my business suit mode. You should probably call Red if you have to go clash with the Russians.
I'll call Red just so I have some backup if he's available. Red can still walk away from all this stuff. I'm hesitant to reel him in, but I also want it to be his choice.
Agreed.
You and I are up to our eyeballs, and this is where we live now, and I'm cool with that. But Red's still a kid.
No, you're right. You're right.
But I'm not gonna not give him the choice too, because that's just as condescending as making the decision for him.
I know. No, Jason Todd's a good kid. If you can do this without messing up the deal with the Russians, if we can cut this off somewhere so that we get our friend back and maybe people apologize and whatever asshole shot the cameraman, I don't have any room for negotiation on who shot the cameraman. That guy goes down. And if we can stop it there, this would be good. I would like to see him in prison if this is possible.
Well, the mad sniper that snipes is got a real hate on for the Russians right now. I mean, don't we all? But neither of us are going to, kill them.
I'm trying to get the Russians to build us a homeless shelter. Like, legitimately, I'm using them to stop the violence if we can stop shooting at them long enough to get a deal to work.
I think that's going to be a hard sell.
But I don't think it's a no sell. But
no, see, we actually have an out here, at least in the short term. She's trying to kill somebody who's already dead, so that'll stall her for a bit.
Good.
So I was going to say that he was already dead, but if I just let her merrily chase the dead guy, that's a win for us.
Good. I'm off to my next thing. Just do what you can to keep this from accelerating. I'm trying so hard to stop the violence.
No, my opinion on that, keep the streets as safe as possible. My people are the people who get caught in that crossfire.
Oh, yeah. And I'm still in the middle of it. But the building you live in, assuming I don't get my head blown off by end of the day, you're going to own it. And it's a gang and a cop free zone by the time we're done. Anyone that gets into your building is protected.
That's, this requires a deeper conversation later.
I'm having to go very fast right now, and I'm doing what I can. Is anything I'm doing something you consider wrong? Because I would have burned that church down.
I don't think currently, without knowing the nuances, but in fairness, as new information comes in, I'm sure that Metal realizes that kind of thing is always flexible as things develop. Mm-hmm. Metal's not an idiot.
No.
But for right now, everything looks kosher, at least from my side.
All right. You go take care of your tracking. You call me if you need me. I can move pretty fast if you do, but I'm not in costume.
You should give me your extra costumes, extra mask, so I can carry it in my fanny pack.
Yeah, I need a whole suit and a hat for that. I'm off to see the Nubians. Good luck with your tracking. All
right. The moment I'm off the phone with Metal, I will call Red, assuming Red answers. I have a murder to track. I could use backup. I also don't want to interrupt your life too much.
Hold on 1 second, Bug. Yeah, Number 2, please.
Ah!
Honey mustard, yeah. Thanks. Coke. When do you need me?
The sooner the better. This trail won't last forever, and the longer I wait, the colder it gets.
Okay, I'm gonna check the time. What time is it right now?
It's 10:02.
10 to 2. I gotta be back in a few hours.
No worries.
All right. Yeah, where do you want to meet at?
I'll give him the address, and I'll start tracking, because I figure the
address
speedster can catch up.
The address
Yeah.
where you were at right now, Bug?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna eat first, and then I'll be out there.
You eat first, and now you're standing next to Bug.
And I will begin tracking the blood.
Your t-shirt is still "I'm with stupid."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I didn't... It was one of the few things that I didn't get mauled too badly. Oh, no, I got mauled pretty badly by the dog. But very few little fire. So it's probably torn up, but still readable.
Okay, yeah, it's tore up. You're in a mask, tore up. Fan pack's good. You two meet.
So I have to actually make note of that. I keep notes of when I wore what shirt. So number 7 and number 8 was I'm with stupid.
Jeez, I keep a flow chart of mobsters. You keep a flow chart of t-shirts.
Oh, it's you told me. Bug, you are... The bugs come back. Let's see. We gotta see how many hours this takes. What's your animal handling?
My animal handling is 5.
Is there anything else we should be using besides animal handling to see how long this takes?
I have insect control, animal summoning, insects, speak with animal, insects. I also gave myself personally tracking abilities. So honestly, it reads like do it with my either animal handling with some shift or 2, or my tracking with a shift or 2 from the animals. Depends on whether I'm helping the animals or the animals helping me, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, the animals are helping you.
Then what I would do is my tracking is 6. So do a roll on that and use the RAPs to subtract from, I guess, their lead, how long ago this was.
Yeah. Yep, let's give...
Does that make sense to everybody, or?
No, it's reasonable.
Your opposing value is a 6.
So, assuming I get at least 1 shift from my assistants, my lovely assistants, a swarm of ticks and mosquitoes. A lot of fun for Red to watch, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Time on the tape, because that had it on there, was 2 a.m.
Okay, so 6, and I need a 9 or better, and I can't find my dice. 17. Nice. All right, so that gives me 1, 2 shifts. That gives me, I keep looking at the wrong column, 5 APs by my count.
You got the blood in a location in Moscow West. That location...
You said it take them hours?
Yeah, it's going to take 2 hours. They're relatively quick on this. They were very successful.
Can I fly in and have my other conversation while they're tracking, or no?
Yeah, because this is going to put you guys at 4 o'clock. There's a place off in Pullman Avenue in Moscow West.
I'm off to see the Nubian gangs. The leaders that we met at the new club and all that after there. I'm checking out the notes.
Jimmy Mack got arrested.
What did Jimmy Mack get arrested for?
He got caught up in that sweep when the FBE showed up. Busted the flaming guy and a bunch of civil guard, and they managed to get their hands on him.
But he was actually shooting the place up at the time, right? Weren't they like shooting at the Russian club?
It was the Civil Guard Club.
That's right.
It was a white supremacist drinking spot.
Okay. More
Miller and Bush than vodka.
So I'm at Colt 45. Can I get to Colt 45 headquarters, or is that off color? Is that bad?
I'm fine with Colt 45. I've had it before. I know what it tastes like.
Who's holding things together while Jimmy Mac's in jail?
Nobody. You got to get him out, Metal.
I will get him out, but I need you to do some things for me. I will absolutely go get him out. But I have a plan to stop the violence, get you guys the band you need, to get the cops off your back. I need you to start doing it while I'm going to get him out.
Well, what do you want? How are you going to get the cops off our back?
So here's the thing. The Russians will sell you the BAM you want. The Russians are out of the violence business because, well, we've wiped out the Civil Guard almost to the man. Between your work, which I think was a little over the top, and we brought in the cops, they are gone almost to the man. They're no longer a force in the city. I need you to play nice with the Russians. They will sell you the BAM you're looking for. Okay?
Sure. Sounds easy enough.
Nobody runs guns. If you run guns, you turn into my problem. And everything falls on us like a drunken mountain.
Okay.
Nobody runs guns. I will go take care of the thing with Jimmy Mac. And we will, you get all the BAM we want, which I think is what you guys wanted anyway. Mm-hmm. There is a building in the north of the city. It's a beat up old piece of trash. And I don't know if you can do this before Jimmy gets going. But I need you to threaten some people that I want them to sell that building to the Capital City Insect Society for $1. Once this building is up and running, there's no gangs there, there's no cops there. Anybody steps foot in it, it's a free zone for anybody that can get into it. You guys get no more street violence. Civil Guard's gone. You get your supply line, and you will have a limited number of times you can call me if supply line falls down. But I need the violence to stop today.
Okay. Who do we got to intimidate?
I tell them who the property company is that owns Bug's building that I researched like 4 sessions ago.
That's down in Trenton, New Jersey. We're not going down to Trenton, New Jersey.
If you can't do it, you can't do it. If you know someone, you can. If not, I'll find another way to do it, but it's going to cost you on the other end.
All right. This one's like, I got cousins in Trenton.
We have a deal at least so far?
Yeah, we got a deal.
Okay. The last part's the complicated part. I'm going to do a bit of investigation and find out who it is in the city is doing the redevelopment of the burned out blocks. Because it always comes down to one guy who's in charge. It always comes down to whoever the committee is, and someone's determining who gets the contracts and all of that crazy stuff.
Well, that's mired in red tape and bureaucracy. So there's going to be shell companies, city council meeting, notes. That's a lot of data to go through.
I research while they track. I guess it's back to their segment.
On TVs everywhere is Bisbee Sharp talking about how the FBE has taken down the Civil Guard and made the streets of Capital City safe again. No mention of any EEs because none of you are there. That's it. It was just and the blood is coming from an old Chevy Malibu in a chain link fenced off area with garages. Like people work on cars there. They like rent space on either side of the dirt gravel road that bisects property. So there's 6 on one side, 6 on another. They're all attached, quite wide. There's a sausage truck pulled up to one. Chevy Malibu is in a parking lot with other cars on the south end of the complex. The road runs north-south. There is people there working on cars. There's activity.
I suspect that they are inside. I will have to do my thing. And this is where you have to make your call. You said you had someplace to be.
We got time. Pretty quick.
I will...
I'll pat him on the back. I got you.
I recon the place.
How are you reconning it? Are you just walking around?
Oh, I will sit behind... Actually, I will go to the car where the body is. Sit cross-legged with the car between me and the building. And then I will turn on my super senses to see if I can hear anything going on inside. And then I will send in my little bug friends to investigate.
From one of the garage spots, you can hear there is people talking about who's that Yahoo sitting on the Malibu. Why don't you go take care of him? And that leads to 4 dudes. walking out Russian mobsters approaching you, Bug. Red Rider?
Runner.
Runner. It's gonna be that. Red Runner, what do you do? Where are you in this?
Do they look like they're aggressively approaching him?
Yeah, they're walking directly at him, yeah.
I want
Tell them they're moving their hand. Get away from there. Get out of there.
to pants him.
Is it true? You'd like me to see you the way I always wanted to. And if you do, I'll do the thing to you. You know you've always wanted to. And at the sunset, I would know you put that sweet inside my soul. Throw away the key. There'll never be a need for anyone in that body, you and me. You know it's true. I say I feel you do. You know it's true. I said I feel you do. Is it true? You like me to see you the way I always wanted to. And if you do, I'll do the thing to you. Yeah, you know you've always wanted to. Yeah. And as the sunset, I would know you.